Oh, hi. We're barely there. We're barely here. We're barely hauling. Why is that? Well, we have a box from Panelbound Comics and a big, gigantic box from Bluesky. All with a common theme that we're going to end up having, and you're going to be able to see it right now. But before we end up doing that, if you go over to Panelbound Comics, where you can use the discount code of Fifth Jack to save $2 off, or if you have 4 or more books, use the code Jacket Together to save 5% off your entire order instead. That's right, 5%. Orders of $30 or more ends up getting free media mail shipping, so it's a great way to see how bomb-proof PVC can end up being for you. Also, it's important to say each dollar that you end up spending over at PBC once you set up an account sets up for rewards that you can end up cashing on in to be able to buy your own books with it. It's a nice way to dip into something, make emergency funds. Either way, let's get some plausible fun that's going on. So we'll start off with Panelbound Comics. Why? It's a smaller box. A slip, a slide, an open. Something unique. This is mixed with all 3 different medias. Has their inserts, has the bubble wrap, and it also has the peanuts. By the way, biodegradable. Don't have to end up worrying about it. Non-toxic. All right, so let's get past the peanuts, past the bubble wrap. So what do we have here? Well, we got Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. This is a hardcover. And honestly, this story was amazing. It is like a world of Dexter meets, well, bears. So naturally, we had to pick it up. But that's not all. We have the sequel, Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees, The Rite of Spring. That's right. It has a nice little sequel that goes along with it. And I believe this has a few pages extra that you won't normally get in any other thing. So that's why we ended up picking these guys up. Solid pickups that goes along with it. And I got a nice little hidden advantage that was hidden inside this one. I got 2 stickers of Sam, which is the main character, signed by Patrick Korhoff, which is the artist that is on the book. And oh my goodness, this is going to be a great read. Like I said, it's Dexter that ends up making it with the bears. Big important thing, not every animal in here is human-like. There's also where she ends up seeing another bear. But maybe we'll dive in, have a review of Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees, and Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees, The Rite of Spring. So, starting right off the bat, we have 2 bears. 2 bears in the bundle. So, since we got through the Panelbound Comics stuff, let's get on into the big boy. So, this is going to be something that's going to be nice and awesome. I don't normally order from WizKids, but they had a good sale going on, and I've been eyeing this thing forever, ever since I've seen it. Bubble wrap! Bubble wrap! Invoice! Yes, bubble wrap. I think it's pretty well documented that I'm a big Critical Role fan, specifically the first campaign. And in that campaign, there is one certain character that would catch my attention. Why is that? Because it's a bear. What's that bear's name? Well, it's a little bit of a trinket that Vexalia ends up having. Honestly, one of my favorite characters that we have in there. The animated show doesn't really give it too much justice. If you end up actually watching or listening to the entire thing of the first campaign, it gets a little bit more fun that goes on what's inside there. However, it is important to say it's a bear. So naturally, we have a baby trinket. That's right, we got a baby trinket. 10 years and still rolling. Critical Role. So this is the size of like when Vox Machina, or specifically Vexalia ended up getting a little baby trinket, so we have a little baby trinket of our own. Naturally, we gotta release it, get it outside of the box. No animal should be stuck inside a box, even though trinket normally goes stuck into that gem that Vexalia has around her neck. However, in the show, you see that being used to look grog and be able to use some shenanigans. So, woo, woo, woo. There must be a mess in there because, woo, there we are. Our own little baby trinket. Hand painted, hand foamed. And honestly, I'm quite excited about this. Don't mind that. I got a kitty cat start playing with the boxes. So I believe they said that was going to be 13 inches tall. And it's definitely that. There is some places that does have a little bit of overspray that goes over with it. Specifically, look at the nose. Overall, baby trinket here was nicely locked into the box. And it's important to say that it's a boy because of the shenanigans he ended up having with Vox Machina. However, you'll see it put bows and stuff like that throughout the entire campaign. But something that's unique is I don't think it had armor when it was this size. I think it was when it got bigger is when it ended up getting the armor, because it was a bullet. It was a bullet that they ended up taking, and they ended up taking the armor and making it. So, well, a trinket ends up having some kind of protection from any kind of absorption that goes on with that. I do like the subtle tints that it ends up having, because if you look at the shoulder right here, it has the Vox Machina logos on the little pauldrons. And honestly, it's just a little cute little thing that goes over with that. How can you say no to that face? I couldn't. So, that's the haul. We have a little bit of trinket of our own. Beneath the trees where nobody sees. And beneath the trees, the rite of spring. I just realized I keep on saying beneath the trees where no one sees. Oh, okay. Beneath the trees where no one sees, the rite of spring. This is a sequel to it. This is the first original that comes over with it. It's definitely a solid pickup that comes over with that. The big difference is with this, we end up getting the formation of the character. And this, it's been 8 years. So it's been 8 years since the events of the first book ended up happening. And if you know Samantha, she actually was in DC's KO event, which what ended up bringing over a bunch of exposure to other characters, which that KO event was pretty fun and amazing that comes over with that. Granted, obviously, I'm a little partial, and I think Samantha should end up winning it. I don't know. She would have ended up making it. You're talking about a bunch of superheroes and everything. But Killing a Killing Bear, and a nice little trinket of our own. What do you think of it? Let us know down in the description. Down in the comments down below. Let us know down in the comments down below of what you thought about it. Hit a little like if you're liking this little bit of a content. And we barely got there. We barely got through. Do we feel like a grizzly old veteran? I don't know. But it might be very possible that we could end up having a good time. And until next time, we'll see you later.